So hey guys, Alan Gilday here from $50 Film School, and I just want to share with you my reflections on Lego the movie and just why everything is awesome with that particular film. It's directed by, who's it, Chris Miller and Phil Lord, and it's the story of Emmett Brikowski, see what they did there, who's an everyday workman, just lives by, conformity, by rote, by doing what he's told, by following the rule book. And he's a construction worker in Brickville or Brickland, some such place. And but the amazing thing about it is that he is the prophesied special one, and through either predetermination or happenstance or fate, he happens to fall in with a ragtag bunch of compadres, and they go off to defeat Lord Business, who essentially is the corporate Darth Vader of the piece, who is using glue to stick everything in Legoland into a kind of rigid conformity, and to take all the joy and pleasure and invention out of everything so he can control it. So yeah, it's an absolutely stunningly beautiful looking movie. It's full of invention. It's absolutely bright, colourful, beautiful, vivid. It's almost hallucinatory, and it has this kind of magical, dreamlike invention and fun to it that actually just reminds me of the Magic Roundabout from when I was a kid. Not quite as frighteningly hallucinogenic as that, but certainly very vivid, very dreamlike, very, very beautiful and fun. And there's so many different lovely worlds for the guys and the characters to explore. But that's not an end in itself. The movie is also extremely riotously funny. Off to a slightly slow start. I kind of thought, I'd heard great things about the movie and kind of thought, well, I'll give it a go. And it took maybe 5 minutes to warm up, but that's really nothing. There's a beautiful big set piece, a big establisher of the variety and colour and energy of Brickville, and it's how and indeed the conformity of it as well. There's a little bit of subtext there, quite overt subtext in this song, Everything is Awesome, which perfectly conveys how beautiful and bright and cheerful, but also how conformed and what would be the word? Uniform life is in the Lego world. And it's very, very funny, but also a little bit touching and a bit challenging as well, actually, when you see Emmett as our very, very likeable everyman, and just how incapable he is of thinking outside of any box, out of any rules whatsoever. And so, yeah, he's the prophesied one, and he goes off to defeat with his friends, or at least attempts to defeat with his friends, Lord Business, played by Will Ferrell. Well, I'll not spoil what happens for you. But also some wonderful characters in it. There's Liam Neeson plays a wonderful sort of fascist, totalitarian police state bully who is simultaneously good cop and bad cop. He's fantastic. Chris Pratt excels as Emmett Brikowski. And there's a wonderful female lead. The romantic interest is Wildstyle, played by Elizabeth Baines. And is it Elizabeth Baines? Isn't that right? Let me just check on that. And I tell you what, it's quite extraordinary how these guys managed to make a little Lego figure, really quite attractive. So yeah, we think going on there for Wildstyle, but it's maybe just the way I roll. On top of that, we have, who else was good? Yeah, there's was it Will Arnett as Batman, and I was creased up. There's some lines from Batman that are just terrific. I mean, funnier than most sitcoms over 3 or 4 seasons. There's just laugh after laugh after laugh, and the characterization was fantastic. Okay, it would be pretentious to call it a meditation on totalitarianism and duality. But it wouldn't be unfair to call it a riff on totalitarianism and duality, in the way that the Matrix. There's actually more going on in the subtext of this movie. I think more intelligence and more truth and more insight about how to deal, perhaps, with the tendency that we all have to control. The tendency that we need to lock things down and be into place, and how that ultimately manifests, you know, in the macro scale as totalitarianism, as fascism, as corporatism. Now, you know, I know that this sounds ludicrously pretentious. We are talking about the Lego Movie, Alan, but you know that stuff is there in the film, and it's part of what makes it so enjoyable is that it delivers this kind of heavy stuff with just absolute whimsy and fun and visual invention, and you never feel that, you know, that kind of that pompous kind of, hey, there's interesting stuff happening here, in the way that, you know, like The Matrix, for example, has a lot of subtext that's very metaphysical or political, to do with like the New World Order and tendencies to control and totalitarianism and all that kind of stuff. And I know it sounds totally farcical to even talk about it in these terms, but believe me, there's a lot of insight into how we can best acknowledge that and deal with that in ourselves, how we can move forward collectively and individually in creativity, in compassion, in not demonizing the other, and using our skills, using you know, the abilities and creativity that we have to just kind of create a more fun, everything is awesome world. And so I have rabbited on plenty about the Lego Movie. I think you can tell I really, really enjoyed it. Check it out, guys. Whatever age you are, you will. It's like Up. You know. I went to see that film Up with 3 generations of my family, and we uniformly laughed and cried our way through that film, whether you were 7 or 70. And you know, this is a similar movie. I just think it's outstanding. So, $50 Film School, drop by there, guys. I'd love to see you there. We've got, you know, the whole film school kind of training for the price of a pair of jeans. You can pop in there, sit back, pay $50, and you will get, you know, a Film Foundation 101, and you can sit and watch that on your mobile device or your laptop or computer and take that in your own time. And we'll also showcase your work, and there's the entire screenwriting module is there for you for free to enjoy. Just pop in, enter your email address, and you know, you get instant access to sit back and watch that and hopefully learn and apply your creativity to your own projects. So let me know how you get on there, and if you join, please send us your work and we'll showcase that. And if you want any constructive feedback or criticism, when I say criticism, I mean it, you know, constructively. You know, perhaps we can offer some of that and really showcase you and your creativity and your movies. Everything is awesome there. Please comment, subscribe, thumb up and share, and I really look forward to seeing you soon. Next, I'm going to share a little bit with you about what I learned when I was filming on one of my favourite shows, and what I learned on my way to the set. So I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Be happy, be well, be creative. God bless. Bye.